Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my From Zero to Hero series. This is day 10. In this episode, I'm skilling my life away, so let's get right into it. It was time to do some range chinning in the abyss. I showed my setup at the end of the last video. So I have my grey chin chompers, my offhand rune crossbow, then we have full spined and some ruby bolts as they were cheaper than rune bolts. Then we have our Ava's accumulator, our amulet of glory and our ring of wealth. Using a scrimshaw sacrifice, the XP rates are so good. I do splash a fair amount, but the chin's still a hell of a lot of damage with thresholds. Things like rapid fire, snapshot are just so good. Then you can bind everything with binding shot, and piercing shot turns into an absolute beast of an ability as well because it deals more damage to stun targets. Just very simple stuff like that add up to being very fast kills and a lot of XP. Although I just noticed I forgot my Charming Imp, which is a main thing here because I want to get charms for summoning. And I'll get some XP for eating the Abyssal one, so I'm going to go back and get that. How could I have forgot such a core thing? I need the Charming Imp to eat those Abyssal charms for some extra experience. Now time to go back with our Charming Imp. Hey, see? This is why we consume those Abyssal charms. 35 summoning. And we're already at 57 range, and we got 79 HP. All the gains are rolling in. There we go, first run done. Managed to get 62 range, 35 summoning, 79 HP. So we got 12 range levels in half an hour. We need to quickly go restock, and by the time we get back here, our spot shouldn't be taken. So let's go and get some more gains. 37 summoning and 70 range, both at the same time. There's a guy here still crashing me. He's been crashing me for ages. I just stand underneath of him and get pretty much the exact same XP rates as I normally would because we're AoEing down loads. Pretty damn good XP to be fair. I'm not really losing out and he is. He's using the Serengobbo anyway, which is kind of silly, but I'm not going to go into it. People who crash me annoy me, but it's whatever. It's the Abyss. You're going to get crashes. I'm still getting good XP rates. 5 levels to go. Let's keep going. Hey, I just got 1,600 total from 80 HP. And I also got a combat level, feels good. But now we need to teleport out to restock. This guy's still crashing me. I'm level 72 range now, 68k away from 73, but my scrimshaw's just died. I'm running out of supplies. And I'm just getting a little bit bored of the Abyss and just fed up of this in general. I'm going to try out Aberrant Spectres now my range level's a bit higher. I should be able to kill them pretty well with my crystal bow. See how much GP I can make by killing those. Just another method at mid-level that you can use to make money if you're using range more than anything else. Starting this farm run at 50 farming. We've got normal trees and fruit trees to do. Let's see how far we get. I've started using strong farming urns as well, so I'll get even more experience every single tree run with these urns. Finishing this farm run off. 52 farming, so we got 2 levels and we're still doing willows. I'm going to wait until we get 60 for yews because I just think maples are too expensive. So we're just going to do willows and curry trees until 60 probably. Then we'll switch it up a bit. 75 smithing is complete. Myth two-handers got us there. Only 5 more levels to go for invention, but I think I'll keep it at 75 for a while. I'll get the extra 5 another time. I need to keep going for Prif. I think I'll go do a little bit of mining as I have to AFK for a little bit longer with a voiceover. Then I can get cracking on some active things like killing the Aberrant Spectres for some range XP and some money. Right, we're finished with all the editing and stuff and we've got 62 mining. Off to go do some Aberrant Spectres, see how good they are for XP and GP. Right, let's give this a test. Remember, pick up your Aberrant Spectres scroll so you can get some extra combat XP or some coins. Remember to trade in your contract whenever you can. Get your combat XP or your cash. I'm probably going to go with cash because this is to make some money. This took me just under half an hour to complete this contract, just like the gargoyles. So just under another half an hour after banking times and stuff, I'll be able to do 2 contracts in an hour and see how much money I've made. These Aberrant Spectres were pretty straightforward. I just took my spined, I took my Slayer Helm because you need a nose peg or a Slayer Helm so they don't drain your stats. I took my crystal bow and then all of my normal setup. I took some Alk runes because they drop a fair amount of rune items that you want to Alk. Then the rest is just some prayer pots and I just prayed the range prayer just for some extra damage and defense. Makes for a bit less food consumed and all of that. Then you just single target them down. If you AoE too many, then it can hurt you quite badly, especially at these mid levels. So I'd advise just single targeting them. That's pretty much it for these guys. Range is really effective against them, so I chose this style as it's normally the best to kill them with. Melee works pretty well too. When it comes to the GP that we made at Aberrant Spectres, we made 1.1 mil but got 0 Ghostly Essence drops. Every Ghostly Essence drop is a couple 100k added to the price check. I got kind of unlucky getting none. I should normally get 1 or 2, so it's more towards the 1.3 to 1.5 mil an hour mark normally. But then again, 1.1 mil and 100k ranger experience for the hour isn't the worst. Considering the Slayer level for these is very low, especially compared to Gargoyles being 75, these are a decent alternative for that mid-level money making, and it's nice ranger experience while getting some money in. I wouldn't really recommend them too highly, but if you needed a little bit of money and wanted to train range, this is a good way. You sometimes spawn things while doing Menaphos training. So you can spawn Garfixian butterflies which give you XP in your lowest stat. These are pretty neat. It's going to get me 38 summoning. Normally it's just imps, but you do occasionally get a Garfixian butterfly and that can really help. 65 mining coming in here, 10 more levels for Prif. Gonna take a break from mining and go mix it up and do something else. Might even start the summoning grind and see how far I can get with some of the charms I've got so far. So I'm going to continue AFK mining a little bit just to see how many charms I have and how far it'll get me. Plan out my summoning and then go crack it all out at once, use up all of my charms. Then I'll know how many I have to farm in order to get 75 for Prif once I get that far. I worked out I need a ton of raw bird meat because I'm going to make spirit terror birds to make profit at 52. I need some raw beef for the bloated leeches. I need some tinder boxes for the pyre lords, and for beavers to start off with I need willow logs. So I've bought everything I need and I think I'll get to around 61 or 62. Then I'll need to go get some more charms because I'm not going to use my blues until I can actually use good stuff for blues like myth minotaurs or something at 66. So let's get cracking with some summoning training. Time to make my daily divine new and slam it down for everyone else to harvest and to harvest myself. Get some easy woodcutting gains from this. Look at all the XP rolling in with all of these people chopping it. So much XP, it's crazy. Nearly 63. Should be able to get 63 from this tree. There we go. There's 63 woodcutting. Should get most of our daily limit done from that tree alone. Then we just got to look for some other people's and harvest theirs. 87 Viswax from basic runes. I'll take it. I'm also going to quickly activate this Viswax, add some more quick teleports. I worked it out, the time saved by quick teleports and the cost per teleport. If you can make over 350k an hour, it's worth using these because that's all it costs for an hour worth of quick teleports. 350k to get around quicker, definitely worth it if you ask me. Starting the summoning grind off, doing the beaver pouches. We got to do these for a while until we get to the next tier, and the next tier will be Pyre Lords at level 46. Managed to get 46 summoning. That unlocks our Pyre Lords right here. I'm going to quickly go do Nemi Forest and I'm going to continue with some Crimson Charms, and the XP rate should be super fast. Even when I don't get any levels from Nemi Forest, it gives so much XP. Every single resource you gather or harvest or whatever you do, it gives you just tons of experience and it scales with your levels, so it's always good. I think I'll be doing Nemi Forest all the way through because I need to get the reputation with the Gobies for raids anyway. Might as well keep doing it every single day for some nice XP. It's mostly prayer and farming, but you do get a lot of other XP too. So always do it when you can. I've got 6 spirit rubies, and what people do is they forge them and they upgrade them into the higher tier. Don't do this. When you only have 6 rubies, you would turn it into 2 diamonds. Each ruby has 30 charges. So right here I have 180 charges, which is 183 charms. If I turn them into 2 diamonds, it increases the proc chance by 10%, up from 30 to 40%. But it will reduce the charges that you have drastically. Because you turn 3 30 charges, which is 90 charges, into 40, because 1 diamond only has 40. So I'd much rather have the extra 50 charges and 10% less proc chance by keeping them as rubies. So what I do is I use 1 ruby on another and I combine them all together into a ruby with 180 charges, wear that and add it to my preset. Even with it only being rubies, my gem saved 10 charms out of 25 being used that time. It's just overpowered. It's so good. It saves so many. Use it on your crimsons, use it on your blues, save yourself charms, save yourself hassle. 52 summoning, Spirit Terror Birds unlocked, and we got 110 combat. So now we can use Curadel when we go back to Slayer, as it requires 75 Slayer and 110 combat. Making Spirit Terror Birds is good profit. Every pouch you make is around 1.1k GP profit because it costs about 500 GP for the shards and for the bird meat. Then when you make the pouch, it's 1.6k per pouch. That's 27.5k profit and inventory. I'd say it takes about 30 seconds to fully complete an inventory, then teleport back to the low zone, get back to the bank. So you can make, what, 120 inventories in an hour? That's about 3,000 pouches in an hour. So if you had 3,000 gold charms, you could make about 3 mil GP an hour doing these Spirit Terror Birds. Obviously, I don't have enough for an hour's worth, and I can only do them for about 20 minutes, but I'm going to make a mil from my 1,200, and it's going to be great. 30k XP in 6 minutes at 64 divination to give us 65. There's nothing beating Cash's XP at this level. When I hit 70, I could power level it with that new Hall of Memories, but until then, Cash's are definitely the best. Even then, I think Cash's are a little bit better, but it would eliminate the dailiescape from me if I did want to go do that and unlock Invention quick or something. Making 1,129 Terrorbirds took me about 25 minutes, and I made around 1.2 mil. So 1.2 mil in 25 minutes is pretty good money, and I also got a 57 summoning, so now I can go do the next step up. And the next step up at 57 summoning is bloated leeches. Let's go. 61 summoning, we can now make our smoke devils, so we need to go buy some goat horn dust. We also don't have too many more crimson charms, so we're gonna have to stop soon. 66 div, 31k from that cash. We're 40k away from 67, which means tomorrow we're only gonna get 1 level from our caches. Feels bad, man. This is the last inventory for a little while till I get more crimson charms, and we got to 63 summoning, 12 levels to go for the 75 requirement for Prif. Summoning isn't super expensive because you can sell back your pouches that you made for a fair bit of money back. People buy them all the time for invention to disassemble for parts and stuff like that, so they're always got a good value. Not to mention they always have a shard trade-in value as well, so they're never really going to go too low in GP because there's always ways to get GP back from them, or people want them for parts. I made money on the Spirit Terror Birds as well, so I actually didn't lose too much money getting to 63 summoning. From doing all those quests, I got quite a few keys, which obviously give you oddments when you open up the chests. I'm going to spend my oddments on Silverhawk Downs and pole scores and use these combined with one another to train my agility once I hit about level 70. Because the Silverhawks get better as you level up, so at around 70 I could probably get to 75 with the Silverhawk Downs and the pole scores mixing. I really hate agility, so I'm going to use Silverhawks as much as I can, and then I can use those while training other stats. So let's buy some of these. I wanted to get the Scroll of Cleansing for when I trained Herblore. 75 Herblore is a Prif requirement, and the Scroll of Cleansing can save so much money when making super potions like super strength, super defenses, super magics. That secondary ingredient that you save can save a lot of money because that ingredient can be like a quarter of the potion. This meant I needed to do some more dungeoneering and do some more floors and just go through the hassle of doing this again. Really didn't want to do any more since I got the Charming Imp, but I want that scroll and 75 is needed for Prif anyway, so some dungeoneering was what I had to do. I managed to get the tier 90 staff, so when I'm 90 magic, I've now got a tier 90 staff bound. That's awesome. Also got 70 dungeoneering, so 5 more levels for Prif. We have 18,766 dungeoneering tokens, and a sinkhole's just about to open. So I think I'm going to do the sinkhole, and that should get me to 20k, and I can buy the scroll for Herblore and save some money with that. And I've also got 3k, and then I'm 71 dungeoneering. So I've got 2 dungeoneering levels by the end of this as well. Ooh, I got 1,463 dungeoneering tokens just for that one sinkhole, and that gave me 20k now. I get to use this huge dungeoneering lamp and also get 71 dungeoneering. Quickly pop back in for another sinkhole and some more XP. Came first and got a huge lamp both times. 31k dungeoneering XP, 27k away from 72. Got 1,550 more dungeoneering tokens. Now if we go to Daemonheim, we can buy ourselves that scroll. I want to buy this Scroll of Cleansing. It permanently unlocks the Wasteless Herblore ability, so it's the chance to save the secondary ingredient, which is really useful when making things like super strengths. I can see if I can break even. So looking how much it cost for the 875 materials for 875 super strengths, it cost 6,734,000. I had to pay 10k over this, so I actually spent 6,745,000. Let's see if I make, lose or break even. So it looks like we've lost 100k on those. As long as these super strengths sell at mid, we're nearly breaking even. So the insta buy price of super strength 3 doses is mid. So if I sell these super strengths for 1 GP under mid, I've only lost a tiny bit of money. So now let's try and sell them for that 1 GP under mid and go do some mining in the meantime. Yep, they sold at 1 GP under mid, which means we lost a little bit under 100k for 875 makes. Okay, now time to test it with 1,000 makes. 7.7 mil invested. Let's see how much we make. I put in 7.6 mil. I got rewarded 7.6 mil. So I broke even. Decent amount of Herblore XP too. So free Herblore experience, I'll take it. Gonna keep doing this and just keep breaking even and maybe profit in here and there. I'm very, very happy with how this is going. Gonna slow sell those super strengths and do a bit more mining and just keep repeating the process until 75 Herblore. Okay, never mind, they instantly sold above mid, so I made 120k profit. So we didn't even break even, we profited. Time to rebuy and remake. 66 mining coming in, waiting for those potions to sell. Gonna keep going until they've sold. Doing my daily divine locations, making my own yew tree, slapping that down for everyone to harvest and to get insane amounts of experience. Then I'll just wait around here, harvest some other people's as they spawn. Should hopefully get 64 woodcut in now, and then we can slowly but surely keep making progress towards Prif. More and more skills are getting closer to 75, and it's going pretty quick, to be honest. Yep, there's 64 woodcut in, only 11 more levels to go for the Prif requirement. While waiting for the divine yew trees to spawn, I did a bit of fletching. I just done maple shield bows. I need to get 70 fletching for within the light anyway, which is a Prif requirement. So we've got 60 out of 70 now. 75 Herblore, that's another Prif requirement down, and it cost us nothing. We made money a couple of times, we lost money a couple of times, and we broke even the rest. It pretty much made it so we broke even the whole time. We were either losing 100k or gaining 100k. These are very, very consistent and awesome. I'm so glad I went and got that scroll, otherwise I would have lost a lot of money. So there's 75 Herblore down, on to the next skill. Probably going to AFK some mining while doing a voiceover and stuff. It's very, very late now, so I'm going to go to bed. So then that means that's the end of today, and we'll be doing some more tomorrow, all to progress towards Prif. Maybe even a couple more quests as we have a few more unlocked now. My stats are on screen now. We have 1,664 total, 111 combat, 112 quest points. Everything's progressing so nicely. We're on track of getting Prif by the end of week 2. So much hype. And until tomorrow, see ya.